Alrighty, here looking for a multi-day bounce, LIXT. Let's go over the daily chart. It's setting up a little weird. Don't really like the way it's setting up. Already having almost 20% burst, and I haven't seen the consolidation I'd like to see before it breaks the high day. Has some resistance around yesterday's high here, 126-ish, but holding up. Failed to crack one. Now we're coming back. So if it can keep holding up in the 120s, I think we can get a nice move to test the 140s, which would be, like we always say, 30% from previous close. From 109, that should lead us to 142. Some solid buying coming through here a bit more compared to the past few days, so that's nice to see. A little bit of perk in that. But right now it's just looking for that 129 high break. Ideally a few more minutes of consolidation, showing the higher low, failure to break down, the VWAP hold, and then from there you get the trigger of the momentum shift on the high break, and then shorts lock in profits and dip buyers come back. So already up 16%. Has done half of the move we usually look for. So I would be playing pretty cautiously, trying to take it from the 120s to the 130, 140 area just for a quick snipe. Alright, while this develops, let's take a look at a couple other plays. Some gappers. We got Hills, which is up a lot. So I probably would shy away from this. Going from 120 to 260. Definitely in my eyes need some time to figure it out, consolidate. Okay, it looks like LIXT is starting to move here. Alright, this thing's just bursting. Right, so I just got a little bit in at 133, just 1,000 shares. Because, the only reason I'm taking a light position is this is already doing a good part of the move. So that doesn't mean it has to stop at 30%. It can keep going, but I'm going to stick to the data that I know, and on average, it'll stick it around 140 in this case. So I think I have an opportunity for a quick 10%, but worst comes to worst, I'll take about $100 loss if it ends up panicking through here. So would like to see a higher low, holding VWAP, and then come back for the rip. This one did set up a little differently than we normally see. Where usually this high in the morning here would be the break. If there was a little bit more time, a consolidation, only gave 1 minute. I do like the volume. It's much different than it was the past few days. We got a lot more buying coming through, so that is encouraging to see. But has it done enough? Has this squeezed out shorts already? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Make this more clear so we're all on the same track here. And then keep in mind we got other multi-day bounces that we can watch as well. BBBY is one of them. Set go, low volume, so I'd probably hesitate with this. I focus too much on LIXT. Okay, LIXT, nice push, nice push. Yeah, this thing here, open price VWAP proclaim, first green day, next resistance area not until around 28. That thing holding around 21 this morning here. I know it happened pretty soon. I would prefer the play to start happening now, around 10-15 minutes later. But this is a little bit of consolidation, and you get the hold of the open price. Failure to break down, you get a nice rip. But this is over and done with for me. I'm not going to chase it. Now we're approaching that 30% mark. We got to 139, 142 would be 30%. So if it tops out here, it would make sense. And I would be glad that I took small size. Okay, VLON open at 30 cents. We got a higher low, holding VWAP, low float, low market cap. Nice, has a little breakout around 34 cents here. Can keep holding up. And then really next resistance I'm seeing is 43, so we do have a little bit of range. I'm kind of digging this. You got strong volume on the way up. Had some selling come through, but couldn't keep coming in. And now the buying resumes. What's the news? What's the news? I like this setup. I wish I saw this a few minutes ago. S4A. Not a clue what that form is. But right now I'm loving the price action. That's all that matters. Momentum is here. There's volume. Eyes are on the play. And it has range. So would like to see a higher low here before it starts breaking through high a day, pre-market highs rather. But I might consider a high a day break here if it confirms. I don't want to just buy blindly into 39 after it just bounced off of 33, 34, and you have resistance up ahead around 42, 43. So would like to be more patient as this is already happening before our eyes. Yeah, that confirmation here, that would have been it. And that's all we're looking to do, confirm key price levels in, so let me check this out. Okay, let me go back to VLON. And this is the open price VWAP proclaim. You get a nice gap up, some news, whatever the case. You're looking for shorts to fail to break it down. Or maybe not shorts to break it down. You're just looking for an absence of massive selling coming through and ability to break the play down. So when it starts reclaiming key prices, open price, VWAP, high a day, and it starts uptrending, it's definitely going in the opposite direction than sellers and shorts would expect. And when that happens, you'll either get a squeeze like this. Some buyers come into this recognizing the momentum it has. This is a fantastic move. Getting it in the 36 area would have been nice. 35. Once you see that hold to 34. You see, in my eyes now, this play is done. It's got exhausted. I don't know how sustainable this volume and this move is. We'll definitely have to wait. Maybe we do get another opportunity if it confirms the pre-market highs, fails to break down, consolidates. I don't see why not. It'd be a failure on the short side for them to take it over because into the spike like this, you're gonna have people getting squeezed, but you're also having shorts selling or shorting into the spike, into the resistance area. So now we're approaching a key level. So if this gets pushed down and it fails to break down, comes back for this key price, it will likely give another move higher. And this time, I'm going to be looking forward to test 50 cents. That would be a key area psychologically. And the resistance here is actually closer to 44, not 42. So it reached resistance. This is a perfect setup. Damn. Hindsight, yeah, worked out nicely with that 38, 39 entry. Ability to make over just over 10%. But here we are. We got solid selling, or solid buying on the push up, and now not much selling pressure coming through. So if it can keep setting up this pattern and keep making high lows, I really like the momentum it has. We got a lot of buyers' attention on this, and sellers are not able to come through and force it lower. Let's see, next resistance. Oh wait, I forgot I'm in a position. Da-da-da. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So still holding up here. Could offer another move. I would like to see a nice push into the 150s. I do have small size, but if that happens, I'll be making 200 bucks on small size. I'll take it. Nearly 20%. Approaching 10% here. And right around the 30% level. So I actually might consider just snagging this for a quick snipe. I was getting a little carried away here talking about 150. I am going to stick to the data. Although right now I do see a little bit of push in demand. But we'll see how sustainable can it hold up. We're right near resistance area here. And at this point, looking at this chart, I will likely be risking 128. Minimize my risk. It kept holding that area. If it breaks it, I'm thinking we're going to get a clear shot down to the 120s, even lower. So, in my eyes, the chart would be broken at that level. Not entirely broken, but I think it can head lower. I wouldn't see it broken until it completely breaks 115, confirms that area of support, resistance. But right now, I want to keep my risks tight, especially because I'm recognizing, this is near resistance area, the 30% level. And it looks like it's having a hard time heading higher. And what we always say with the bounce play, you're just looking for that quick reversal. It's not typically an all day lasting kind of play. And when the fuel is gone, it's just gonna head lower. So I'm definitely gauging what the volume is doing here, keeping my eye on that, as if we really can't get that much demand around the 30% area, I might just dump it. VLON. Glad this was able to hold. This is everything I wanted. Here we are testing 50, as we just mentioned moments ago. It's kept holding up, confirmed the 39-cent pre-market high out level. Barely any selling coming through here. This is what we said. You got the strong push on demand, and when it's trying to sell off, there's no selling pressure, so that could be bad for sellers, at least on the long side. That's what we're looking for. We want there to be a pullback with not much selling behind it, because in my eyes, that's showing strength. And this was definitely a missed opportunity. Taken from the low 40s here, quick 20% in a matter of 4 or 5 minutes. Definitely missed that. Here's LIXT pulling back. That's gonna be so annoying. This one just dumps on me. And VLON takes off, and even though I had that on watch, just not quick enough, I guess. Just didn't totally set up the way I wanted. And this probably is just a personality flaw. Like, I don't want to rush into anything. I'd rather wait for the consolidation to happen so I can clearly see it, or I'd rather miss it. But even though I missed it, everything else I said still holds. The way it held open price, the way it confirmed and held VWAP, making higher lows. You got the solid push on demand, weak selling, and then it keeps holding up. Then buying comes back. That leads to this whole push to the first resistance area in the mid 40s. And then I mentioned, okay, another opportunity could be pre-market high, because we're just trying to line up our bullish indicators in a row. At that point, it'd make a higher low, reclaiming another key level, looking for it to test 50. And that's precisely what happens. So that's probably over and done with for me. I'll just stick to LIXT for now. And here's a good lesson on volume. Look at this, AVRO. Nice to see LIXT holding up. AVRO, you got a breakout, but no volume, and you get the stuff. It was able to gap up a little bit. That's, after hours pre-market, that makes sense. That it's going to move on light volume. But when markets open, a play like this, if it's going to convincingly break out over the 180 region, confirm it and head higher, you're going to need to see a lot of demand, especially considering its float is 42 million, and the other day when it did take off, had a very strong move, but it needed a lot of volume as well. So if for whatever reason this thing holds up and volume really does come back, might change my opinion. But right now, this is why we only focus on plays that have volume behind them. Nice, nice, nice. Here we are. Where's my phone? Sell this. Just take my quick snipe. I don't know how much further this can go. Okay. Alrighty, got it at 152. 190 bucks. Can't complain about that. Not bad at all. This is one that is continuing to push past that 30% mark. That's why I did keep holding for that chance that happens. Because I was really encouraged to see this double bottom here. After a quick test of that level, just below it, and this showed that it still had the ability to hold, made me think, okay, we can possibly break past the 142 region. And this is what I said. I said I just get me into the 150s. I'll take my quick 15-20% and just lock that in, or less than that rather, considering where I'm in. Um, how much did I make percentage wise? 0.19. Was in that 133. 14%. Not bad. If I were to have serious size, that would mean something. But I was a little nervous with how this set up. I would say maybe a mistake I did was not adding here, as it did double bottom, because I was pretty excited for that double bottom, and I brought my risk up to 128 instead of letting it down at the 123 region. And now I'm thinking this is over. You got this volume exhaustion and hard time pushing through around whole dollar, half dollar area. It's not able to sustain that buying pressure. So we'll see. Maybe just slowly grinds the whole day. But for me, over and done with. This is the familiar part of the move, and I'm done with it. I don't want to force anything else. Been on watch for the past couple days looking for the multi-day bounce, and here we are. So yeah, this is it. Everything I always talk about. Incredible move on the way up. Looking for that minimum 150% spike. Wait for the backside, at least one red day. And then yesterday I was mapping this out on the stream, talking about, okay, this is holding one key level psychologically, and it's fading selling pressure into that level. Makes me encourage that this could be a bottom. If you take a look yesterday here, took my quick little loss, and then I started reclaiming. And I thought this is important to see. It couldn't completely break down. Once it gets close to that level and breaches one, you would expect selling to get more aggressive, but it didn't. So that made me think, okay, we're gonna hold today. And we got a little perk pre-market compared to the other multi-day bounce setups, which were still fading or just going sideways. As you can see here, this one open red. What was the other one? Seco, no volume, but also was red. So just looking for small differences in the momentum like that. We're gapping up a little bit. It's holding up. The volume is different compared to the past few days. We're able to recognize that. So yeah, this is it. I wish it were to set up a little easier to recognize that high at daybreak, but decided to take this one over 129, chased it a little bit, but still offered a good opportunity. So that's the bounce play. Whatever it does now, I don't care. Put my arrows here. So there we go. Multi-day bounce. Love to see it. Let's see what else is moving. There was Avro. Nope. Come on, I'm getting stuffed. Oof. In this play, yeah, up way too much for me now. Missed the ideal entry, so I am kind of emotional about this. Maybe later on in the day could set up for something. And here's LIXT continuing higher. Damn it. So this can consolidate, keep holding up. Maybe midday. Excuse me. If it can prove that it's gonna keep failing to break down, look, it does have a low float, low market cap. If it keeps holding up and bringing in strong volume, we've seen this type of play continue to squeeze shorts out when their expectations are broken. So, in my opinion, I'd probably come back midday in a couple hours to see how it confirms VWAP, holds around 44, um, and starts coming back for that high daybreak. And from there, I'll just look for a quick 10-15%. Tails, we got open at 226. Trying to confirm that, but this could easily be a lower high. Volume is not as strong as it was pushing earlier, so that can spell some trouble. Tails, we got that breakout 180, 190-ish. Okay. Next up, right around where it topped out in the 270s. I personally think this is over. I could be wrong. It's still so early, but at least for now, like, I'm not looking for this to start holding up and setting up for a high day break and push into 3 just yet. I really would like to see consolidation and failure to break down. When shorts expectations aren't met, they will start covering, and that will be buying, reflected on the level 2 and volume candles. But yeah, this is usually how I trade. This would be it. I would call it a whole entire day done by now, and I wouldn't mind it. Just looking to take your quick gain, something familiar. Just take your singles, day in, day out. Maybe not every day. Trading every day can be risky, but generally, I'm not trying to catch every single move around the day and just nail it. I'm just trying to make my quick gains and let my account build. We're not, comparing. No need to compare ourselves to other people. A lot of people are just posting big gains, and that's great. Good for them. That's just not for me. I also just don't see the edge or wisdom in that. Like, we're just in this game to make money, to not have to work a 9 to 5 or get out of that maybe. So going for home runs just isn't the best strategy. So that's why I prefer to just take anywhere from 10 to 20%, not be too greedy. We're in a pretty good market right now. Things are pushing higher, so it seems pretty easy to take 15, 20%, maybe even more than that. But you got to be prepared for when times aren't like this and things are failing and they maybe fizzle out a lot quicker. There's not enough momentum for it to keep pushing 100, 150%, maybe higher. So I always like to play things conservatively, and then within a couple years, few years, your account will be completely different. Then you see it. And here's LIXT continuing higher. Just blowing through my expectations here. Still not bad. Made up most of my gains or my losses from yesterday. Yesterday I lost 234. Today we're up 190. I'll take it. I will take it. Usually that loss would be covered with today, but I just didn't have what it takes to add some size. I was a little nervous with the way this was just grinding up higher slowly, not really giving me a clear channel consolidation to play off of, and it is what it is. Still made money. A lot of people are going to work for $200 today to do a lot more than I just did, so I'll be grateful for it and move on to the next play. See what else is moving here on the scanner. Scanners have been quiet recently. Market's kind of down. So yeah, personally, I would play things a lot safer and just wait for midday to see if anything sets up late day. Okay. I really might be calling it here in a moment. I'll see what some of these plays are setting up to leave you guys with some tickers. Any ideas, but that's the thinking today. Just take your quick singles. Market seems to be the moment is kind of shifting in the market compared to the past month. We're getting a bit of a slowdown, and just gotta recognize that and adapt. Not trade as much, not maybe expect not as much. So just gonna be patient and take quick singles. Alright, I'm probably just gonna cut this here. I know this is a recording. My streaming has not been working out for some reason. I'm trying to figure that out. But decided, hey, at least give you guys a live trade recording. What's XPON doing? Okay. Okay, I like this. Forget what I said about ignoring this right now. So we got failure to break down. Let's map it out from the beginning. Low float, low market cap. Okay. Daily chart. Let's go what we see. Got that 180 break. Yes, this is what we're talking about. 1 second. My bad. All right. So we got that little break over 2.5. Low a day, not bad. 235. Failed to break down. Came back. Confirmed the breakout level. Looks like it's got some news. Supply lithium batteries for ultra-weight camper. Okay, so this whole move was starting after hours yesterday. I completely missed this play. But now we're decently off the highs. It's failing to break down. It's curling back. I see some more buying. If it can make higher lows and confirm the 270 region VWAP area, which lines up with the high in the morning here, it can set up to squeeze shorts out. Looking for the next resistance area in the low threes. Just a quick snipe. Yeah, let's see other key levels on this thing. So you got 3, and then the mid to high 3s, just where it lines up with here from after hours. So I think we might have some short covering here as it's failing to break down. Low float play, rotating a float. There's some strong demand in this, and now I'll just be looking for a failure to break down. Not bad right there. Some solid buying coming through. Okay. Looks like I'm missing my starter. I'll just get my phone out, put an order in. But right now, this is nearly 5% where I ideally wanted to get into, and I don't want to chase. I don't want to ruin my risk reward level ratio. So I'll be patient, wait for pullbacks to minimize my risk and get it closer to the key area where I would be risking off of. Because right now, if I would be chasing the 290s, I wouldn't be risking it until for sure the crack of open price. And I would want to see it break convincingly. So I'd for sure be likely getting out in the low 260s. So I'm not looking to risk 10% here. The only time I do that is when I go small size. If I have FOMO and I just need to please my brain, but I also want to be smart. So I would go in small size and risk a lot percentage wise. But I'd be okay missing this. I already made a decent little gain. As long as I, have the right plan, recognize the momentum. There's always going to be another one, so won't force anything. Alrighty, Hills. I was not liking this earlier, but it proved to fail to break down. And guess around where? Open price and VWAP. Comes back, expectations get broken, and here we are ramping back up near the highs. There's definitely some shorts getting out of their position here. So I really would love this to just take off so I could look at it for a multi-day bounce next week. So with this one, I'm going to play it safe. I'm not going to attack this one. When a play gets over 100%, I personally get a little antsy. We've seen the plays, when momentum dies off, they can shift pretty quickly. And yes, we've seen plays run 400, 500. Like, there's no saying how high it can go. But let's be smart and wise about this. We know how momentum works. It's not just going to keep on going up. It's not going to last forever. Buyers are going to fade away. They'll find it too expensive. And sellers take over and it just plummets. So I don't want to be chasing a play up a lot. I'd rather just miss it and play something else or play nothing. XPON, here we go. That's why you don't chase. That's why you don't chase. And sometimes, it can work out for you. Is it a sustainable strategy? No. So if this bottoms out here, this would be the ideal entry point for me. I would have no more than 10 cents risk level. And then with the expectation of it to this time break through the highs as, shorts expectations would be broken if it continues to hold up. And buyers would come back, sellers would stop selling, and you get the rip back up into the low threes, maybe mid threes if it takes off. But let this develop. And trade according to personality. This is how I am. I'm not the most risk averse. I don't have the gall for a lot of these plays to just hold and just send it. I'm fine off of that. I've tried to do it before. It's just not me. I'm extra patient when it comes to entering. While I'm in the play, I'm not really that patient. And I just want something I have high conviction in. I'm not trying to gamble here. So whenever you feel like you're gambling, step away. You might as well go to the casino and you'll have maybe a little bit more fun there. Okay. Looks like things are kind of cooling down. Don't want to miss anything. What is it? OSCR. Yeah, bigger float, big market cap. Yeah, just not for me. I like the quicker plays that don't take forever to spike up, not so choppy. I don't like that back and forth action. I really like a play to be one-sided and just take off. Oh, fantastic example. I'm not chasing here. And it's still early. This could set up for later. So keep in mind the open price and VWAP region being a key level. If it fails to break down, it is a low float and is decently off the highs. So could be due for a bounce here. So it's still holding. KPRX I have as a multi-day bounce. I really would have preferred this fade some more, but looks like it wants to keep holding. It is a low float, low market cap play, recent runner. I believe this one's just about 150%, not quite. So in a case like this, what's the high? 694. It lines up right around red green. I kind of like it. I like the higher lows here. Failing to break down, holding yesterday's low. I think this could be a nice high day break for a move to test the mid sevens. I'll just take a quick snipe on the multi-day bounce. It's going to have a lot of resistance around 8. So that's why I was really wishing it would come back a bit lower, as it would give us more range to work with on the bounce play. So I'll probably be a little patient for this one. It's not setting up exactly the way I want, so that would mean either no play, or if I really want to play it, go in with a much smaller size than usual. Just stay safe. Okay, I think that's that. It's been 45 minutes. Kind of over just being behind the laptop now. I made my money. I recognize the play. I missed out on another play that was a good call. Which one was that one? No, it's not XPON. VLON. That was the one. All right. Yeah. Here's that failure to break down. This is looking not too shabby. But of course, would need some time to consolidate, prove that it's failing to break down, and that will really scare the shorts out. So good call on VLON and LIXT. Good trade on LIXT. Could have been a little bit more patient, but overall, I think more times than not, just the way I approach this will keep me safe and making money more times than not. So this is it. This is probably not going to see the high ones, and it's just going to fade, fade, fade. We might even see this thing going red on the day. But this is the reversal we look for. In this case, a bit different than we've seen recently. This wasn't the best setup, but it still offered the opportunity. Alrighty, so yeah, decent day. 190 bucks, 133 to 152 on LIXT, and